This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Ebusia kwaba na MC ya wo chado empatembo. Yes, say honum na Mahama tiu. Yes, MC ni ba abaso. Ofre na wonfa. Ofre no kra ko no office kra wunya no. JB kika na ko chado ko hwe omugatem. Ebi o mampanyin te ko na ko hwe. Poto say ko so clean be say so munye bi. MC ufre no kra chese grassroots folk tanechi ema omode position man kra omufre na wonfa. Omufre na wonfa o. Na debia fire Mahama MCs appointees a omasha sebi edi nsefun. Ye from omfa. Issue bi aba o mo meka budi mo. Oh, na se Mahama na eto ama no. Mo mrebeso. Na Kabori Ekasa de ma Lands and Natural Resources Ministry no. Wakasa da fa galamse ho galamse ni yejaya na and these are stopping galamse na. Ka na sisi enya accident rough no eno ncho samaba. Utrem fi akokuma se wan hwe obewu okwan so. Yeso mo bia amfofo dia na wa wadwen so peso.
Government appointees are
mo bia amfo saka no.
Sisi because of the fact say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enjoy goodwill. It was so when you be a ababeka mo ho and ababe batamo. It's because of that in tea mo start mo beti so. Mo kwofo frem mo mfa. You will not even return the calls. You will not respond to messages. And then as for look, government appointees. So ye MC. So ye CEO. So ye whoever. Remember, say, you are in that single position because of the fact, say, Ghana for Etwaba Edema, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, not you. TNA. Ghana for Etwaba Edema, John Dramani Mahama, and you and the various MPs in various districts or various constituencies. But by the virtue of the fact, say, you're pointing to me and young Ghana for your war, and the idea my His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, offer me the Ghana so, and a woman who wore mobile crossing the Biba to say, who mobile. Now, Kasabin Predius and Gambia, yes, our position and Gambia, Sabio, pay for money more. Now, Gambia Pada could be a who crown frail. And what partner walk a cradia mouse, also did 2 minutes, I cannot fat now, man, baby. Never boo a horn more, fire horn ye. Now, many and me and Kata baby, I will Ghana had a musi. Yet the position in my I feel the journey of my soul. Uncle Four would do one soon pull after a while. Now, would you one up boy who and I'm busy. And a pressure me a go so pa. And a only position crowd that only post that. Sans and phone and for that status of working kaka actually. Let me remind you of one thing. You are in to serve the interest of the people. So one of you will call mandator. I mean, cow. Say more honomo. Yeah, the most honomo, yeah, the more dear honomo say. Moshe Kwafukua. That is if you are an MC, the district or the municipal now utimuno. Sanko Fukuro way and John Dramani Mahama. And then what I shall want sister shall want so. Now making sure say in Punto Beba, ye dear Beba. And then Yama Hondo man Kofuna Wona, ye know what to no no. In his name. TNU. It's Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And the was here no say. Sanko Fukuna or Honomono. Yet what to know to be a leader of that group, a leader in that constituency, a leader in that district or municipality. Say the bear or the put to a bar. Wo obetumi agina Now what we are serving the interest of the people. Na some punto no etimi akọ a form na akọ baby a ekwofo ni hia. Eniam ahodo a ebe free aban mu aba. Wo na begira because na ya aban enam sinni e wo ho. Aban enam sinni. You are the representative of the president. If you don't be too Catholic than the Pope, men you too busy to a point to say, who call for cry from pa? Now to show who now who jail who must want to for your friend own fa. Now you're fine. No, in the first place. So now can you obey and NASA party in somewhere? Now can who go for a brebo watch on once yet? And then you be a dumbi and a bedroom war. Now can who? Nankawo, over to MC, over that particular constituency. And about your MC, over that district. About your MC, over that municipality. And about your MC, over that metropolis. You can't be, possibly, because we need the no be anim the so. But I don't be, and I so. And the party she be and the who mobo and the now MC and now DC. Munya Jania Homasui. Look, Yekae, the government itself, led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, enjoy goodwill from his people, from Ghana for or ye do a fantastic job. Ghana for ni mona wo ye juma or Ghana ha. Ghana for ni appointees are or ye juma or Ghana ha. It is put the microphone equal Ghana Nibiano said, and who is the best performing appointee or Ghana had Musea? One person will tell you, said, I to force it or force it, maybe what? Wo yabo dinda. Wo ato yabo dinda. You're more than because you're not doing anything, you're not performing, you're not doing anything. Nobody even knows you. Nobody even knows that you exist. It's a baby basso. Now when the pakwan they call back miensa. That's why you feel that you are too busy enough. Now, who to me fire? Just send the person a text message. Say, "Ebia, as soon as I not been say, I am in a meeting. I will call you back." What does it take? What does it take? Say, over phone. Now, one friend in background and someone catch it background say, "Please, I will call you back." In any case, every crowd that would name as some crowd, and then at the quantity potential offer. There is one person I admire so much, despite the busy schedule. And the position are not holding wabemu. No matter what, Ofrano, that's one far. And now he will return your call or send you a text message to confirm sir Ofrano. Now no I am busy. This is the time what you mean any space kakra. So if you are available to talk to him, he will make himself available. And that person is Oseche Sabosu. That person, and the former majority leader, Oseche Sabosu. No matter the time I'll never friend, this man will make himself available to you and tell you, say, Samuel, me baby, me are busy. And we all know, so you're majority leader, now you're minority leader. We are very busy because we are in charge of government business. And so, at one point, you'll be busy, you'll be engaged with something else, and at another point, you'll be engaged with another thing. It will never be a whole more. We're busy to that point, but Obanya that return no call. About responding to your messages, and of course, make us such a message. Also, so maybe I would be also so friend at any point in time about responding to a call. I am on the same platform with some NDC members. Some more lad adeko to pon. MC Monkanchero, I have told you. Yeah, try to market yourself. Yeah, ni ama ban no, e be tena so. Yeah, ni e de John Dramani Mahama, e de bae. But it doesn't matter. And nyama e ko so say ade ne ye na se ye kan ye be bo abaso. But say enya ye be fetchi say catch say hey, munya se hunu no. Lada de Kotopon MC. Your friend, is it Alfred or Alfredos? I don't know. I can't. The day, you know, people call him Alfredos. And they be my friend Alfred. What is that? No. Oh, my MC now. People are calling your own people are even saying, say, your friend our own fat, and also Jenny who must be no. You don't return to their call. You don't receive their you don't return their messages. You don't do anything. Afredos ni aite. We are the MC at the Ladadikotopo. I am mentioning your name because I have personally called you on several occasions just to confirm a certain situation and information from you. You're from over. Also, return the call. They are busy. You are an MC. I am not trying to belittle your position. No, your position is so huge because you'll be engaged with series of meetings whatsoever. But the reality is that we will take a constituency or a district where His Excellency the President etim meboa Ladade Kotopo what the president say Sabuni ma meka kirebo Ladade Kotopo Chado Kaho trade fair and then asofo la hodomo and I don't know but I'm sure say cantonment na asofo ina Kaho cantonment e Kaho bi and then some other few places. So what's a very sensitive place at any point in time, even if you are not able to respond to calls, just send a message. Say, please, I'm in a meeting. Kindly call me around this time, that time, this time. Why you too busy? Why you too busy? Busy. This is why you any improvement in the district. And then why you are less than a year. But busy now, look, Osha buy no go for no be no man. Over here now, why you busy no kwaha, no faha, no ye way, no faha, no ye way. So there's no result coming out from that busy schedule now, there's no result. So you ask yourself, say, some busy meetings no more no for so many free sober. I didn't say, and now call you. I am mentioning your name because I have personally called you and several other MCs. I have been personally calling you to verify a unique information from you, and you people seems to be more busy and you don't even have respect for people who call you, let alone returning to their calls. And that is one of the most disrespectful acts, if you care to know. I am on one of your platforms. You don't know who named that. And I will not say it because, look, no platform, no back or had say, make me abuse here. But Snackers and the also say, MC class see all of the sudden, you're from now, oh, far, you don't even respond to messages and what have you not for that. And that is so disrespectful. That's why we are full friend. I said that. Meanwhile, baby, I will see as MC, Nipa na do see her. The same assembly members that do see her no more. The same conform within the community. Even when people started rejecting you, some people stood on their grounds and they accepted you to becoming the MC. And you know what? Some because I said we also so MC and I said we pay him also no. And also friend now on family boy. They are so busy for nothing. Busy for nothing. The only thing you can say is that levels don't change. Yes, levels are some because you're more debre, you're more juma ma yeah. And meanwhile, look at community, our team, an elite community, one of the most expensive and one of the most elite communities in Ghana now. Hey, Chado. Now, look at the main stretch. Regardless, man, give me that video. Look, Moya Sadewi. Look at Sadewi. This is very close to the assembly. On the main stretch, this is what will welcome you, Ewa Chado. Meboa. Sadewi, Sagatabu feet and Tantan way, Samura way. And the Mamu Akwaba, Ewa Chado, Udi Rachado insider. As if some projects are confronting Honomo. And this is so wrong. This is so disrespectful. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, if not anything at all, respect the fact to say John Dramani Mahama or do we see a conjunction here MC some community the more not say. It never be hard more. Please, move from a sort to form. No move conform with the phones and the frame. This is not about witch hunting or whatever. This is about discipline. Please respect yourselves. With the greatest of humility and respect to you, respect yourselves. If you care to know, this is the main stretch of the right inside. Just now the trade fair. This is the result of what you see. And that place has turned into a smelling environment. A whole pot. Now when MC what you want to your flower on fire, what was so flower on fire, and also I don't know. I don't know. I am not talking about the previous government because I by that no or yeah. Wo so yeah beka. Menya wa just say producer on your TV and ye dey abide by enti wo ba be ye wo the tribude na wo kwa na oti da akọ ho oboa ye beka kire o. No matter who you are, we don't have any fear, an iota of fear for you because say abandada ni ye na say nya foforo no so ya enye. We do not have that kind of sympathy for. Look, when enjoy goodwill na we 1 year is enough for us to assess you and also present yourself to us. And you're gonna find the trial. Yay, you're gonna find the trial. Now, what is our environment we move and a late community like this? And a late community like this. As some in previous son. A painful, look. Here is some boy a D. Any painful what is our community we move. It will shock you. But only if we be able to so be able to move on. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, it is our community we move. No one judge our community we move. Now also as a homaswobi, your flower on fire, and also also return messages. Then for and na tona utida uko home and na kukufa. Now them why who busy for nothing. Busy for nothing. No, please. You see, Mama Moon chance up home basem. No matter say you bobudi and sana. Maka say, can I talk to the producer? Talk to the producer by foot. Munya say no. Respect yourselves. Because this is what has been going on. Our various districts, various municipalities, and various metropolis. MC is for the government appointees. When you down from Masono do, I say fufu too much. Munya say no. See, I am sir. Mutumu with the too much. Maka say, hey, and go for when there be look. Yenya party for. Yenya party for. Take notes. Yenya party for. Ye online mapa. Ye dim wa be si won mo say abandada no nje. It is a fufra ba. Ye hwe ne ye so ne yie. Ne make sure say be bu abamo ne yabu ne yie. Hwe community outing. Anya kra just end that Saturday. I'm not Saturday way. I'm not even that way. Now sanitation day, maybe. So what were your people doing? UMC, where were you? When look, I'm not Saturday way. I walk on for so many times. Anytime I make on piano, na as a yafe. And run it triggered me, and I said, like, what? No. I mean, this is absolutely madness. If you care to know, let me give you a direction. You know this place. I know. MC, I know you know this place. I know you know this place. Where who Richard you said that unique flora opposite. That is the place. And that is what is welcoming you into at a late community like Chado. Maybe a president. But your ministers is being come on, please. I call the people with some kind of dignity and respect. Because look, no, what would it take for you to answer somebody's call? And tell the person, say, Ebia, Sebio, Minia, my ABC kakra, but call me in about 30 minutes time. We know how your schedules are. Sometimes unexpected calls meet me about. But what to be messy courses are, and they don't even care about the plight of the people. I don't know. Please respect yourselves. I feel like please, your friend says, send me a year, one, and a nano na, five question here for now. Dabi. This year, you pay the margin. This year, you pay the margin. You either respect yourself, you adhere to your position, you work diligently, we applaud you, we praise you, or you work the other way around, we also come after you and to ensure that you say, we will tell you the truth in your face. So ask your own people. I said I am on one of your platforms. Almost every day, people are complaining. Your own people are complaining. Say, over. And that's what they know. And you won't go. Tell me, when see the about him. When PD about him. Some other places be almost so much about him. You see, will be there about him. Oh, yeah, John Dramani Mahama appointee. Now, yeah, the papa, you better catch it all. Oh, yeah, you better know. You can't just say, you better know. Take note of that. As a matter of urgency, I expect you, the MCE, not to go and do the work yourself, but instruct people to go and clean up the place as soon as possible. I am not going to tell you, but the place is so dirty to a point where a bone airtight. It's so shameful. And you know the side effects. It bleeds a lot of mosquitoes. And you are ready back home honomo. It is only rats are inside honomo. I never quite can work come why a never can a never bone. Got a buffy. But your president is ah, 97 brothers as a will be a crana. Nippon do swako jaso about when you brow what's your honomo. Ah, Abba, nowadays, please respect yourself. That's all I can say. My assembly members, as soon as possible, laborers of more assembly honomo. I mean, no, what is it going to take you to do that? Because look, this is not the time for that kind of and some bakumi nubi. No. Ya trust anemano. Here, you say your friends the Premier League, your boy you Champions League so. Holy Trinity nursing training. I was to whom why there. Holy Trinity Nursing School, at the Holy Trinity Nursing College or whatever they call it. I was to whom why there. Say, something is going on. Health Minister, Ira Binta Kando. Bibi Koswa, and yet, airtime. You may not like it, but the truth is so hard. No, Godwin said, if before I call and call the other, if so that I can take a screenshot, several screenshots of meme calls to him. On the holiday, I called him. I was in the office. My friend several times. Moreover, about 2 days ago, my son's friend. What is he talking about? Alfredos, I called you on the holiday. That was on a Friday. I called you several times. You never returned my calls. 2 days ago, I called you several times. I don't know one. So what are you talking about? And I can take a screenshot of it and send it to you. Yeah, well, school be in front of Holy Trinity. I will Nkoko, in Yesuhum. Holy Trinity nursing school, I will Nkoko. But the school, why there? That school, why there? School no nyema bi wo hono mo a principal no your ba you principal no your ba and the financial controller anasa accountant no so bema na accountant no ne yire any school principal no tie munte komo ne ye ata bi bisa school no individual bi dia anasa ban dia because I know Sir, the school was established somewhere. Your friend, Holy Family Nursing Training College. I won't call. First, near friend of Sisters of Saint Spiritus. I attended around 1974. 1974. Transition. State-run institution. Been taken over somewhere around 1987. Into a chair, I was system no year. Now, school now make a was about walk away. Why edia principal me modi. Bells out financial controllers accountant also me modi. But enyama ekos you people are aware. Munim enyama mo ye. Ye twa school fees at the 2 ADB bank. Now other miscellaneous fees ni ye twa to oba any bema joint account mu. Eye why account. That other account, you know, oba any bema in the name of the principal and in the name of the financial controller or the accountant, you know. Some you know a joint account. And yet and Kranosika and the goods are joint account to them. A company's account, a personal account, a joint account, a principal, and then a Nikunu Edia. Recently, Omukotia school fees added to ADB Bank. Mute Commoni. Omukotia school fees no added to ADB Bank, Agricultural Development Bank. A horrible NSC school fees no granted. Because any institution be a bind the Biano. Yentia Sikabi Efa Konkoto personal account mu and a joint account mu. And a yen to rural bank account mu, but yet to a buying banks account mu. Or possibly in the name of the school, because in the school need a buying bank mu to say be Agricultural Development Bank, which is owned by Ghana. It's a honomo and a say wa you try to school na account mu the Agricultural Development Bank a buying there. So in an extreme cases where it's government institution be baby now you need government banks or honomo e bia na omo consider rural bank be. But I know crowd any usual. Now fe ye de sikana kwakoto honomo na mu here bia omo ko siki for approval and we the various documentations are na fe omo saka sika no na so be it somebody aye somebody here. In this case and in this sense, ye just school fees na to baby. Other expenses are mostly miscellaneous and nyama mutimi improving students no and mutimi convincing teachers no as to what the reason why you are taking that amount of money. Na mo 200 Ghana cedis. Na every student bia akwa catch any mama ne papa say and am say oko school e Holy Family nursing training college in team. It's Mutia 200 Ghana cedis, best known to more principal any accountant no. Na mo kwa Jessica, na mo joint account and the amount kra no say mo kwa triato sa account ni mu. On bisa mo say di enti na Mutia sika na say are we living in a banana republic? Yay. Are we living in a banana republic? Mama see a many year. Some of these things should be avoided totally. It should be avoided entirely. You research your gene. You research your nimzie. You research your suban phone. You didn't come home and say na. You person will be able to want them. And assemble and that you want to seek for what do you call it? An explanation here. And Mr. Speaker and Madam Chair and now okay cabro fuck say basa now more the confusing for no, it shouldn't work like that. For example, my video, my pictures, no. And let me use that to ask questions. Say, Holy Family Nursing Training Center, college, and you're why there. Now, in the first place, where are your consolidated bank? Ghana. Motion the year power. Where your cash deposit receipts Mokata di so mame. Mokata di so mame. Why? That mo fa account number ne fa to. Wait, Edina Mudika hu ya na me se monkata so mame no. Eye principal ni di e na ne wa nikunu ye accountant e ho. It is our account now work Consolidated Bank Ghana. Sa account na where dia. Yay. Sa account na mo operate sisi ada mo se nkwado kokotua esika fa gumu no. Ekofo kotua esika di gum. It is our account na where dia. Tell us. Say you rough fufu mu. Mahama say or you resetting agenda. Mahama said we should renew our mind, our attitude, and our behaviors towards the approach. Yes, say you nim there, you dream your Bibia. You making sure say, I sorry now, you corner, you say, you sum yame, you come krabodem, you come me that sorry, you boy, you traditionalist, na for no, you ma and no subano, and the nim. That subano should reflect in our lifestyle. Tio. And this is a man, yes, Subani di asori nanim. Esi a man asori no, esi shayeni ye suba asori ni subai. And then the edi ye nim. Let us not be hypocrites. Let us not be hypocrites in our system. Ye making sure say, ye be masuban pa edi ye nim. Because I'm going to say and say mama no, and say my yina. Ebia wo de sabio oba e wanya abansi ka bia fom kakra nti wo de aye japade bi why nti saa de beba but this time around ye na ye bogumu pe let us be real. Let us call a spade and stop calling it a small spoon. Maybe say Holy Family Nursing Training College. Eya wine dia, eya bind dia, and now say eya Olivia dia. Say Madam Olivia dia, let us know. And you won't to personal account. And no crown porno. It is not allowed. So it's a joint account and you tria sika at the tomb. I will hold the name of the students and I'll hold the name of the principal and the accountant, you know, the joint account name. But of course, you know, perfectly say, school the our honomo and a more account, our Consolidated Bank Ghana, which is a government-owned bank. I buy bank, may I say. So this is Consolidated Bank Ghana. I want call. This is the account number. Where are your 10th October? Ochiano Assat 11:55 a.m. Tell the number ni, receipt number ni, cash reference ni. Anna Okotia denomination Otia 1,500 Ghana cedis. This is the amount 1,500 Ghana cedis. And what checking what why be the yati receipt the amano. Yeah, call the next page. Yeah, go to the next page. It is a say you catch us school need Eddie say na nipa no students e wo honomo. Now so okotua any fee or any charges be it should not be in your personal name. It should be in the name of the school or apart from that, then I can't be. I was school ni dimu. Ni I was a yes, a school no. And I go to the mano. Nenya adansi die. But when ye triano in the name of one certain Olivia and another person, I will be a joint account. Our Consolidated Banker. You share nkofono nkwano ehwe sika de gum. Ye bisa say, e dey tin ye ehwe sika de gum. I say, why are they paying that money? We have no idea. Come on, what kind of country is this? What kind of an institution is this? Say something predecessor say, your joint account, and in the name of the school. Because the school has a name. School ni wodi. It's yen directly to your joint account. You try to school the account mu. Now, if the school want to do any other thing, I'm about to reflect it. Now, so this is it. Obu church sikani na wiye friend say general maintenance na ya library. Okay, library and general maintenance 50 Ghana cedis, 20 Ghana cedis. Ni akwa school fees, feeding na se for na ni atwa na se for SRC dues, ni atwa nursing and midwifery council program accreditation, ni atwa saska no general administration fee, ni atwa practical materials, ni atwa subtotal fee 1938. Ni afi internet user fee, ICT laboratory, developmental or development levy, utilities, ni end of semester examination, educational visits, educational visits, ni practical assessment and examination, ni also other fees, feeding fee, stakeholder levy, and a G-Tech accreditation, ni fine, granted. Ni na the school requirements. And that's why we are buying po I approve say we should be paying such an amount of money or such fees, into government coffers. But if the HS has scanned call. The question is, if the HS has scanned call. See, the HS has scanned as a call. A bank coffers man as school coffers more. Nobody has any problem with it. Nobody whatsoever will have any issue whatsoever with it. But somebody will have a problem with, especially me, many problem with the fact to say, Uche Sikano Edia to be personal joint account to move. For what? Edia to say about this. No, Edia to say about this. Yeah, quite the next page. So this is an accredited idea school no idea to a Holy Family Nursing Training College. PO Box 789 in Koko Ewoko. Second semester 1. And a second year semester 1. And as I had this items we at the Abbas school for them here. Now you got the next page. Simple question. And they say adia school agiatum adia ban agiatum na yesi ye kwakotua ho sika na yetua e dey to joint account mu joint account eye okunu na yire account. Why? As a matter of urgency, health minister, G-Tech, Minister of Education, and then more stakeholders are more responsible as soon as possible, more active on some of these things. Because some of these things are a nuisance to us. A nuisance to us. Because and I spoke to one parent this morning. And he was like, oh, why am I paying that said amount, 200 Ghana cedis? Me chia the accord here. Or say, me banner to me and change the one say. Let me say, Obanu, if you say, so 24 years. So 24 years, I am knowledgeable enough to know the left from his right. 24 years, onim the left from his right. And to oka some chena onim, okay, onim niente sir. But ya shana so ontia. One chia pabon. No, oka tell the mama ne papa. Ni akwa ya money scarce okokotia, no okokotia, okotia ontia nto bank account mo. Yes school ne dia. Otia at the two kwabna ne account mu. Now, so amu here. Account name no. Any idea first we. A joint account. In the name of Consolidated Bank. First name no Olivia. Ni kuri di so ohodomo. Your full name. First name ni Olivia. Oba on na principal no. Na be ma no kunu. On na accountant no. Obudin. Wakoko joint account. Consolidated Bank. And afraid the same crown kotua school fees na so mo kotua sa fees na ya na e dia mo na o mo fa kokotum na mo so kotua na mo dia tum. Teachers didn't hear say. And Crano and Tiasie. and the parents also NTS. Ebia na seven projects, ebia no onye okunu. I stand to be corrected. But onye okunu, why that joint account? And na oyo den, and na mutu be that joint account no. I am speaking the mind of the people. I am speaking the mind of the ordinary Ghanaian. It is a never be honest and NTS. You be some questions. And nothing I have not been hard on you because meaning say, eya den sasuba we die, enya dia, mami Olivia obeye. Nipa no ka ho no a oya be ma no so me nye sure say obeye sa de we. But se sa na tie dia, omunti wo ho no mo na o serve their interest. Now the nimdia ho do de ma wo no, explain to them the reason why you are taking such an amount of money. And why that amount of money is being diverted into a joint account. Edi entina sasika no, ye de call joint account mu. Na aye students na ekonkotria. Na enko school ni edin mu. I that same bank or even a different bank. Because they say school ni bank, agricultural development bank. School ni bank, agricultural development bank, ADB, meboa. It is the thing that mo tia school fees, mo directing plan say, mo konko tia ento sa this account mo aye consolidated bank Ghana. Mo kan share. Mo ma Ghana for who because Ghana for you interested. Because if you're a parent should be able to know, not finding out the reason when you owe a certain amount of money, baby a sikaneko, any idea sikaneko akoye. Secretary ya pa ebi asa o de kaso na ojeje ntoboa so dia mom ye hu se mo de ka bi wo ba bi na mo jeje ntoboa e wo mo joint account mu na mo de kwa kotua but enu mpo no you Razak national security abeg this calls for an investigation. Various stakeholders, the National Midwifery Council, the Ghana Education Service and the GTech and all the leading stakeholders, please Mumisa Nyentia, ye be a consolidated bank account in the name of Olivia and Frank. Ewo, Friday say, Holy Family Nursing College, one koko. Na ya directing class of Munkoko Triesica and Fantum, or Mutia their tomb in what sense? Parents, this is so if there's any explanation, as fast as possible, the explanation should come immediately. Let us know, analyze, and also think through the explanation. Niye who's a serving predators and yes, and we will this explanation about and yes, be general at the Akayasem. Because where the Yebisa questions, keke, we're just fair question. Say, Yentia any Yefre will be sow, and I say, ye baby be sow. Ebi ana ye frɛ wa ye nya to say ne MCs for be ye from one omo so amomo abatri so mo say ye friend say for supete no mo amuna man mo kunko say for supete ada uni position da uni post da uni me bra uni say wo bra djuma ja to ho uni say wo bra djuma ja to ho na me nipa foforo no opɛ ememe ye djuma no. This is a harmless question. Holy Family, I want koko. Yes, say principal. Any seni kuno, seni brow, seni deyo, any de mint re. But it's go for kekase ni kunu granted. Say ni kunu pa, and I say ni nuyem pa. Mo be joint account. Joint account no ewo consolidated bank, but the account number ni dia to ho no mo. In the name of Olivia and Frank. Mama and Kurano directives say, omo kwatue a certain amount of money. Only say my deposit no. My withholding the deal because I don't want that child, that innocent child, to be victimized by your posture. Eti no. Ye fa no nsi ho no mo. Na ye mra your final story. Afi we wa o. Ye ni adaje ai be so ne ma bibre so. Dabi ye ni sa adaje no. Ye ni adaje a ye de be so kokwasa. I'm saying make kokwasa bia na the level of language barrier bia na won't ase. Sa la suba bia ase meye ase menye ase otwetwe ne ho ase otwetwe ne ho ase beye dada bia no pretending to be busy na onye hwe ohun so bi ya bia no waye so obeso also aha why say king council police ni no ono a onchew odo so a omo bi nchew wada roma saade we yes so there is one trending issue here. The National Road Safety Commission or Authority mun take it serious. Look at the ekoso e Ghana how do say. Yes, Africa be a vox you say deben. Yes, I can friend Toyota Voxy. And Sa Toyota Vox, they see they can the cellular diseases what Ghana had more. Because the way and the trend that Ekukum Kofo Ghana had say no, it is becoming too dangerous. The way and manner Sa Toyota Vox no yedia buy you see the business. Not the way of Muslim nam kwan so on. Ha! They say on nam takwade kwan so keep coast takwade road. Jesus Christ. The way obusi koromo drivers no minim say drivers no free kwafo so no mobile so mu free hifa na about and it is claiming a lot of people claiming a lot of lives car they say na city here a family car omo I don't know if the passengers are mu kra endu 7 passengers are mu na what the passengers and the driver akabomwa and the but the number of the speed that echo and the way and for we misbehave or kwan so no too deadly. Okay, driver the bomb. Now for passengers can one, if I go for 80 per. Go for 80 per NFA. But me sure say you are witness and you are all but my testimony of Sadema way air cost or Ghana had to say. Cast we say we shall be brave. I have met a couple of them and Mr. with the greatest of respect, with the greatest of humility, the way a drivers of Muchi Saka way, and this and full of come hard mobile claim innocent lives, I know what they do. The Minister of Roads and Transports, you are aware of this. It is a moment say, that I don't know the kind of lives you are protecting. The Ministry of Roads and Transports, we are aware. The National Road Safety Commission or Authority, we are aware. And other leading stakeholders, we are aware of whatever is going on. This Toyota Voxy car is killing a lot of people. I must see here. Say you're here. Yeah, they decided can once but we are this was of mine. The National Road Safety Authority had the release Biaba. I'm also expressing the same and similar concerns are you can once a minute pay. And I read. I say safety concerns regarding the sustainability of Toyota Voxy vehicles for the use on public roads in Ghana. The National Road Safety Authority has taken note of a public concern regarding the widespread of the use of Toyota Voxy vehicle for commercial passengers transport in Ghana, particularly on long-distance routes. The authority has been informed. The authority is claiming that they have no idea of it. But a catch the wall. It was saying the authority has been informed that significant number of vehicles were originally manufactured as right-hand drive vehicle and subsequently converted into a left-hand drive after importation. Report indicate that some of these converted vehicles may exhibit handling and stability challenge, especially at higher speeds and on curves, raising concerns about their roadworthiness and safety performance when used for commercial passengers transport. The National Road Safety Authority say, no munim. A man for Nakachina will say, first no car no na the sea and they were right. And now so more the back Ghana had musia mostly I Dubai for the tell you to cars away. Now omo the car no see and they are bad left. It's a bad sana say, oh, cost speed our quantum ponswa. And no to be destabilized. And I didn't stable. It be free with them. It be cost a lot of never be those inconveniences no ever. And see, almost so anya santi no. And Nasaka was so ye amansai business. In view of the potential risk of the public safety, and in line with its safety statutory mandate to promote safer road use and reduce road traffic crashes, the National Road Safety Authority hereby informs the general public that it is constituting a technical working group to comprehensively investigate these concerns to inform regulatory action. It's also a committee, National Road Safety Commission for say, near cost no munim or what to say, and go for the catching all. It is a sound that's there, and you also a pow, a cool. I'm to me that general shame who say, I am passe, can no see and the see any rights. And you are 10 years left because you're the back Ghana. And the air course accident akwanhyia hodo it is said the bear wo passenger na akwakofo no oho emma 70 yes say ya paw ekuo bi a sa kuo no emehwe. These are some of the accidents cars no eposi, and the most dangerous aspect they say and am say ya car 20 na emu oha kakra nti a crash ya the probability say obi a one can mu bia be crash down and I say obi free mu about 90%. That is if speed that omoko e wo kwan so. Hey, everyone omoko speed say no madwen adwuma. As if say omoye robot drivers bia, they know the road better than any other person. Ghana yesu yakwan ye. Yakwan enye. You cannot travel more than 3 kilometers abra umiti pothole e wo kwan so. Here in Ghana, you cannot travel beyond 3 kilometers. I will gather how to say ya. Obeka say, what the kweme there to that understand that meeting pothole I will kwene so. And that is so dangerous. And so if you're not familiar with our roads, ya kwene say wouldn't so. Na say you why so be speed. Now you see car we be. Now we see so be ya there because they move you. Na say o de kwa, o kofu makwa. Now, I must say, National Road Safety Commission for say, interim public advisory, pending the conclusion of the work of the technical working group, the National Road Safety cautions motorists and the general traveling public to exercise heightening vigilance in the patronage and operation of Toyota Volkswagen vehicle used for commercial transport, particularly those that have undergone right-hand drive to a left-hand drive conversion. The advisory is issued purely as a precautionary public safety measure and does not constitute to final determination on the safety or roadworthiness of any vehicle category. The authority encourages road users to make informed decisions in the interest of personal safety whilst investigation is ongoing. Issued by the National Road Safety Authority, ensuring safety and protecting lives. Yeranum, I'm one National Road Safety Commission. And then the best thing will say, Sir Toyota Volkswagen, they have a cardiovascular disease because the rate at which they cook for the northern. Careful from ya Bahan Musea. Drivers of Mukum Musei, Edjamu Dia Yashua, Naya the Casino, Eddie Disem, who are quite so near Cosin Newsas, after the Taquesha war, near coup innocent people. We claim innocent lives. You coup innocent people, just like that. All in the name say, Canaba Fufro, Kanya Jidio, let us use the speed. And then Tema ye painty, ye for creating awareness say, when they contemporary them. Now I am from La One car crowd and Kaboko Speedway. Moku go speed anyhow. No, you say, Ghana, you cannot travel beyond 3 kilometers. Abraham meeting Porto or Quanaso. And now meetings are Quano and 1 chair as a Bibisa. Who shares our cars where we kept Coast Road, talk about the Quasua, Master Baby, because I heard the coon. They don't care about the potholes, they don't care about anything, they just move. Not something Prediasa, Quabrane, Nipa, and the team of Okakano, and your robots. Now, National Road Safety Commission. Mousa Casway, and Yakwa Shabby. A friend, I Yakwa Fokana. Now, Mabisa Peter, your driver, said Peter, Kano, now your right hand drive, and I'm with about left hand driver now. I feel I'm maybe our question. No, now driver don't know Tim Nukonim. It may be some of us say, nay, right hand drive, nay, double left hand. Okay, the main fool. But we go bizarre for fraud. It's because bizarre for fraud, that's a fool for the cat. Say, left hand drive, dada. Near converting now. Okay, the way they papa to my main fool. What kind of is this? What kind of assumption is this? Yay. I don't say, no. Me go for car bizarre say, Peter, you are not robotic way. Nay, right hand drive. And I'm converting the left hand driver now. And Antaronti, or can left now. Or would that right and that's a right or would that left. And Sana Makwakofu, not checking the safety of the people. It is in any case, see you see, you're the casino at the core DVLE. I'm a DVL for you inspector casino. And making sure say you mark car no and you roadworthy. You check everything that was car no and Sunday the sequence wa. And the entire road friends say DVL for a rules idea way and cast that bisaka way. It's not fit for purpose. It's here mark quite and move for the commercial purpose. It's you better draw the frequency so. And the so quite. The so quite. And you see. Most of these cars, here, we have a car where money back when the number plates are home. The number plates, no, any public transport usage. And you're meant for public transport usage. But the commercial Juma, a private, they say they a private car. Now, per number. So look at this car, AK60125. Look, it is purely not for commercial purpose. It is purely not for commercial purpose. Yeah, they are not say commercial purpose. No, and yellow. And yellow. And they say passenger cars. Passenger cars are the yellow. And I'm a boy. And I give for once some than the enemy. Once some share the enemy. It's where you have a family car. Near the public transport. Not DVL for more. National Road Safety Commission, you people are here. Now, more share. I'm an say just because the politicians are there, so you people cannot say it. You people are not able to say it because the politicians are not to their mom to be can. You see, some of these things say you cannot say you can't hear. You might think, sir. Ebia yesay obi adwuma no enyo obi adwuma na yesay no but adia ebe say and say be ku nipa desani e so dangerous to the point say one can one say na nipa ni wu a sa moja no ne sa no me no egu tiri so It's a left hand drive. And a day. A right hand drive. And a day. But meanwhile, you see our regulatory agencies, they say DVLA, although card for various inspections, card near Fisher card, near check card, near making sure say card and fit for purpose and sana yamau, Satu Mikratano, and I say I must take I said, okay, car way, you better be the sequence of Manaye. Near the sequence of Amanaye, more and more Satu Mino. Now the National Road Safety Commission, now also more just to rather than people. And you cry your man where you tibu basabasa sada as a beer person in your pay. You see, some of these things, let us be real. As a Tiano so beer in your pay. Nano a pragia. Nano na yo kada na kuku kwofo basa ena ye Ghana for no be sorry ti aye ena yempeo ena this for the be campaign Ghana for catch this for the hey Okada use it no ye ba mo fa campaign wa ha no say ema Ghana for to abaditi a and this for in 2016 meboa some of these things let us be real the kasa da bi ade na nya we call a spade now say you defend the idea no na ye because your politicians don't wanna work question in your politicians forecast na mo DVL na mo timi authorize this aka wo ba be sequence so sometimes when nampa na say who can be pa sequence so pa na okuta license and so award the papers in na accurate you ask yourself say hey na we so call DVL we so for DVL for them I say na be sequence so. And nobody is saying anything. And they were the Ghana Police Service, the MTTD, also on the road, also not inspecting anything. They allow these cars to go because of their personal interest. All the leading stakeholders have worked with the policy now. Look, Equino road has its own language. Equine, it is the one you're very careful. No one see Equine Casa or Cana. And that is the result of what we are seeing. These people are telling us to say, the National Road Safety Commission, Ghana for say, Saka way, and I'm saying, you're moving the steer from right to left into and loosen that stability control. Into as a steer wagon, a muyaha, a mushada yedin, and now there be a distorted into all cost speed and what you know, and none a costly accident. And so these people we know, anymore. So book curve as about in Yajuma. I want to be the bear 150 and I said 200. At the book curve. What is this? I'm not going to me. You bring your police for marginal question MTTD. You do all the more or go. Does it really make sense? Does it really make sense? And moreover, these cars are not meant for commercial usage. These cars are not meant for long transport usage. You have to call long distance journey. But then I'm saying you have years of mine. Now your metro mass system, yes sir no. Your STC, yes sir no. Any other public transport system, yes sir. We are forced to patronize things like this. What I say? Because can we go to the boy yet? The politicians are going to top a goom. Nebo nyadi wo Dubai. It is politicians for that go top a goom. And you are changing from right to left. It is a mekwa forward business driver. Okay no. Now you're right and or the other left and now say now you're left and they call right. I mean what is this? At the end I can be business say what nonsense is that? So some of these things idea na eku Ghana for. And I don't expect the National Road Safety Commission to be coming up with something like this. Taking a very bold measure, a very bold step to ensure that the safety of the people will be your concern. Because you know who the owners of these cars are. So just because if a politician, now what's a car went it's just like that. Na mumfaso be na monya friso. This is not the best. This is not the country we are building. It is here say, you bear your money ye. Near to the more near to be a share money near research agenda. Mummy and you some full winning and matan tina if you try your criminal. You need enough for film. And now, Nakwabani a book of Nane, when you need your buno, a giano, when you're not your best seno. Obey the who drown home as raw, non namano better Betty to say for superte, coco namasa for superte. No, I say kick police or no auntie or no mobile and all those kind of stuff. Look, I mean, come on, please, I gotta for this very particular car is causing a lot of nuisance in our system. This very particular car, I have witnessed so many of them on our roads. So. And go follow the boy 120 na the book curve 120 no the track curve or the book curve ada wa dwen adwuma drivers so mo ndwene mo life ho politicians na ma mo adwuma ye e na mo so mo ndwene se mo so mo abusua wo fie nti mu wu a ebe ha abusua no na mo kunkumo ho all in the name of this very particular car way contembrantem na mo se mo pese mo wi akofo nti pese mo wi mo pay masters nti e de contem no ba ntem a the master ni bisa na so okoba akopɛ mi wa so akomienu aba. You understand? Or pentama kwa ba o. No asan so akobiem. Nti ebisa na so we na me kwa ba akopɛ. No pocket ba akɔ sika wɔ ne bottom. Na ofi ɔde ne nam. I mean some of these things doesn't make any real sense. And because of that innocent people will be dying. They'll be killing innocent souls. It doesn't make any sense. With the greatest of respect and humility, all the agencies and the stakeholders we are leading stakeholders we are directly involved in our road safety. Please act as fast as possible. Especially the National Road Safety Commission or Authority. Number 2, the MTTD. The MTTD for any other leading stakeholders DVLA. Before second basic question mo se bebe abaye adwuma na se beye public transport no mo inspect cars ni ye. These cars are family cars. So like maybe how they run some small drug to be like it is better. Now go for them now she na mo ha no mo say na say it is becoming one of the 6 killer diseases. E wo Ghana ha.
It sounds the first allegation that came with the involvement of the MPO Kakobia.
Yeah, sure.
It's still under investigation by the Speaker's Committee.
Okay.
And until and Conco Yebi before be indicted Juma as undermining Juma Speaker and yes, you come the phone nigga. And the Speaker there's no need to rush in doing a parallel investigation again. Until you trying copy say Speaker baby na ye hunu baby so swan e de board hunu be kan e kwa koja speaker aka party aka mampani aka se opese oye gadam say nyame mpangu nya de akwanya wo homa even legal mining kura no opese oye bia. First of all, you must resign from this government. Now ya ankura na for legal mining kura bitima ko yebia wakwa akwede nti aban no nya krado so be shelde obia saa na speaker nso nya krado se mna se bedwani bi ho bom mu a obetumi a shelde no nti no de to kokko a abankese no atiato ho a eno ne the guiding principle a eboye nyina ye ho eban na se de na no ada MC ne chairman ne omo so de abewurawura mu no mesre party fo no I thought that JB we no nyina chire obekọ for bukra na say open concrete evidence. No nice is what I say. Waiting a minute assume say na obentin ka same way no. Na e be no.
But you see ironically
recently a typical example eba wa group asante. Atwema nwa bi just south okum common.
Yeah.
Ama oni anu bi bare o sister radio take me ade nyina we are say no adduce evidence as far as investigation is concerned. Na I say yes,
you see in the case of our
people must be whistleblowers.
Yes, I know, but me know. In the case of our win, you know the current member of parliament, Oscar Forilabi, why MCU or Hoda.
That's right.
Yes. And Nanano Matna Kunya, or Nanano Matna Kunya, na bring to no issues in the buy, no, is being back and forth sa mo kono mo ba nana no accusing so na ye galamsey no so accusing so na ye galamsey no and they are saying say okay na hwanum na man sase no. I have personally on one occasion engaged the member of parliament and there be a legitimate question say me also no onye galamsey na in the case say mo me galamsey no hwanum na dey sase ne ma and nananom atsakonya and they be betwa sase no even though they don't give licenses to any operator say obaba ye adwuma na say bibisa. But now that's the controversial discussion. They know the system very well. Omunim the environment ni ye pa. And those who are directly involved, and your mom indirectly involved, are linked with these people one way or the other. Ebinum so mu free. Nanano matsakonya nana branch ebinum so mu free. That is the MP. Ah no so aye MC wo hono mo da. And the current MC or to hono mo Steve Moche. Eso so free himfie. It's something else.
I think the Owin issue needs special attention.
Absolutely.
Recently, there was an operation in the area. Now, your operation in the area, Kufu be parody on Mohonso or Moya, Himfie Gats. Of course, there was no a single record which shows say since the inception of that grouping, Omoya Galamsey operation achieved so much of Bentia and Nazi. Yet they claim they were Galamsey
anti-Galamsey task force.
Sebe, Abayakra Noa, IGP will be consolidating in a coordinating never a friend anonymous. Tina Nabikra, and Diason of a so bois. Now I turn a tax force. JB, is it not only proper? Say, every information I must say, local level. Your tax force be a person at the bois buying. Young fan of Cranberry, so it's not only proper.
Yeah.
That operation was carried out, a number of them were arrested. Actually, the same maybe, but now most do my dear Mudino. And just on motive that Sabrawano man from Omama Mukroaso. It's an intelligent led operation, no more. Before I was Boada, was asked to say by operation. Now there have been a number of intelligent gathering, the number of verification, and some of my bomb. Nana Numbi or Mofio said it's a way of gagging chiefs down and all of that. It is neither here nor there. Mantiano no two mono. No almost so galamsi, so no galamsi as in so yes, we need to give a win in this environment special attention as far as galamsi is of concern.
Because
it's true.
A more issues, the activity is ongoing. Some of them are ongoing and they are quite destructive. The last time any MC Nikasa or Hanu say, and he tells us to say, was Sizi excavators a hodo be and Sizi excavator it confirms that a binumu yes some illegal activities via a honuma or mompe. I buy the show on pay. Now, say if they are claiming say some party executives and also some party officials associated directly involved. And to a large extent, the Krana MP no directly involved there, then it sounds a serious signal to other people, especially the opponents, where Galamsey has nothing to do with politics. Because
every MCE, DCE in a mining district, on first KPI, they say Galamsey in Twasi.
Yeah.
Sir. Asudi no ayede ma ho ya nka se wushia party A ti no wushia party B san no and when I see MCs come to lament but not go to work and do what is needful, I only feel that they are not fit for purpose. And until media I'll be happy say 1 year equal we by February President Mahama will meet all appointees.
Oh, okay.
And they will do what we call KPI assessments. And mining district, this is a we should assess them based on how. Or what Abu Amagalam say no swati. Yankasi be true as Yana Dubakope. Of course, even the entire government has not been able to eradicate it in a year. But who buy innovative strategies by now who area honomono or they fight illegal mining. Go to area like Elembele. Honorable Joseph Ajikum, MDC or Hono.
Yeah.
Were mountain barriers all entry point to the district.
Okay.
Every excavator be able to should first of all adduce legal mining license just say war concession way and a Ghana buy a or license kita uni or the quiet mining. What the quiet road construction for road contract certificate document teacher say honorable DCA your mama quiet free ABA eziama to Nkrofo and no make quiet no contract and credit any excavator being here na me dey buy and some of one dey room because of that strategic movement and then so any idea wo lembele no bottom and here then eti nti wo elem wo win wo atwemam ponua wo amanse south amanse west wo ebia enchi ne bottom.
Yeah.
What is your innovative strategy at the local level? We say beyond win a party chairman and a DC beyond that big cream.
Maybe to say Jema, which is part of our win. Jema.
I told you the good story about Jema.
Jema for boys and said, why you no go area? Me for no crime more so say galam say forbidden.
Okay, boys are not just we him bununkwama fans. Jema might say.
Well, let me put it that way. Jema might forbidden.
They just celebrated their 1 year annual environmental stewardship day.
I see.
Invited the Honorable Minister of Lands. BBNT rent me and come. No power of Zamenko. Najebi. There are 53 streams in Jeman and environs. For sample called lab, echo scientific test. Turbidity level and that turbidity water quality in terms of turbidity is better than US standard.
Wow. No, because the
only thing I want to no more. Microbes. And of course, microbes they are more and the nothing like cyanide or any arsenic family be our musum. And Sabi, so we share a choir Sabio.
I also wear Jemadian because
no. Where you Rivora.
Okay.
Ewo Achima Krupon, Eastern region.
Oh, okay.
Now, you operation in just 1 week, 9 must score. Look at Zulu.
Wow. And so, Galamsey activity na as say.
Over her edges in no mood didn't want soon near there.
How?
So, Zulu Kobo, Ajinkwana, and Zulu Brim. And then a near tier 7. Yes, Swan and Swan is here, bon 9. Nti nsuo no a nketenkete no abobo brim no ama brim no asu kase no ani atia brim no be efi
yes David.
Nti this is how owura makofi bo anan mo so awote no this is the good work e dey break Ghana for. There is another video I made ma menu apeni Godwin. Now that video tells you November 2024 how River Manzule good. This is how River Manzule in 2024 next year.
That's at November 2024. Okay.
Just barely a month to election. This was how River Manzule next year. In Sri Lanka ready. As at 5th October, me call honum. Me taking video. The same bridge. After the bridge, this is 2025 data.
Interesting.
Actually say abanshi she ya no enye bosremuka o enye bosremuka. There is a famous video making rounds. River Pra maybe a River Pra no ko wie now as of 2024 now we do ho no mo unim se now wo choko mrekefo wo factory se now wo coffee production center ontimi and then say we drew sa River Pra no video no wo send ma Senior Godwin.
Yeah.
The community people are attesting to the fact. Send there and near den assessor. Enti JB and come here no we are not having it in a context of just Kabore na Kasayen and then Wabetina ha. And na buy na April no ho abua. This video menya enka me poso na wabona atifo no agaze tie die enua no ote ho.
No, you will come to that. You be omweti. But let's finish with our win any Jima because the neighboring towns are etwa Jima ho ahia e be sansuo efrige man no de akọ e de ko go mu kokofo so
me na me local authorities ojema mebo barrier o mesenso we ha
but these are people I mean
o mesenso
so mama kwan e
no
so ye galamse
o mesenso ha o baba be say be use ka me na mo ojema so me have said say yenye bibi monumental fancy jema for anymunyam.
Yeah, that's true. No, I heard they say
ye benya me menya enka next farmers day set ye bia no enye regional national one regional one ye koye no jema because pay agricultural produce
yes
eye mercury free eye very natural na nka ha ye nya bi why na chira so kontomre no 15 minutes
dabi
and na kontomre o de opa kokuru nkoto kontomre you boil it like 10 to 15 minutes
how
natural kontomre aduro bi animu no within 5 minutes agogo but what I say
it's just
it ye di nrogu ye ekuyan ye
mo be ye ohene sa
yes no what di kontomre wi en say o sa akoto ho robo na o se si wo sum say won wo sum say atese tete wa pawa ni nyina ye nro enti when communities stands up we must support them and of course and only asemo owura makofibu akaye from the word go or say okwa ye kwante galamse even though Edruba I will use brute force but we don't believe it's a fight against humanity a fight against a certain mindset the more a lot of people who accept and behave like Jemano the more naturally galamse dies off and now Kwasanti Achima communities like Amantinama are rising against it
yeah
Oko Bunone Nepotema communities are rising against it. Mampong communities are rising. Bompata Haya communities are rising against it. To the extent that even legal ones kura nipo so say the aboa wo wakano peno. Ohunu so another
sure.
Ubisa a very important question. They get them say if we almost say the anajo touch na be ye.
This is them almost some.
Incident can ready. Senye matrema kwefo and the NIMOS. These are professional trained military men, policemen, in fact security forces. And you come boom. Enti sabi impreduasa. Say what you about you say be huna obi a. I know you selling for Tizongo. Wono anaju no ye training. Tieni yo. Anaju no di djuma. Nti be ni aka say wo go down ho. And even before they thought, they think, now most for not thought to that.
Yeah.
So we feel some me fast say hurry up. And you run at you say, Uncle Branano.
Oh, and run at you.
And run at you 14th year. Wow. We are and
oh, so there was an operation.
And no jet.
It didn't know what you know.
Or more 10 beer. Said the friends a bush will not tear.
I see.
At the end 10 near the enu jedam tu nipa some form but of fani nyina gusu do mu se we mu nyina hwe torch e bobo mu mu aso enra 14th January nra na jo along the river and ya
kwakwachim rante we no mu ye galamsey
along the river Cobra.
Wow.
Enti to swampa se nipa wonim se papa de oye ye boni na gusu ye na se wo kra waje atum se on person obeboa mo man na fa do to pafra
yeah
because ade a we ye no ye papa ye kuro mo hanum why na ye adwuma ma ade achi why na ye adwuma ahomachi
e bia mo ye 24
hour economy ye fa se ka se ko ye ku
24 hour economy na so so ye
we 24 hour boni 24 hour economy ye so fa ko hono nzuo
24 hour mining
24 hour mining no ni ye no cooperative responsible cooperative mining
we 24 hour galamsey
but what I say
yeah
na takwa agboso ni ade nyina no minister say ye introduce ade friend enclave mining so build one processing plant in that enclave until wo kofa wo bo na free brahaba bo me wo kofa ade free agboso wo kofa ade free gangway wo kofa ade free here ye nyina ye famra one processing plant within that enclave na ye process it and no kwa ba me nya better recovery rate I don't know ye yam agboso for the anopa takwa for mo fam de mra anadwo and na 24 hour economy ni ka se oni e matena fie kwankwan nua se mo nkomo te se da onya eboni bia na ade echa anadwo o mi enu aye ya da no no ko ankobra na no na ohunu zu Jebi, where dey mamosem. Mamosem. Enunti we say there friend sustain deployment no. Omo ko omo na must for ko omo wi operation na omo pay baabi na omo lataye. Eti wo ho atwetwetwetwa. O ho atwetwetwetwa. Na oni se bofo bi a opeso obafie beji ne din no. Onto akrante odi kan tu. Otwen a ma mo be doso. Na afri ni o sane gum saa. Enti etwen a mo bo ano no na nye hands up. Afri kwabra ni ni ma bi a wo fa. Sabre party chairman be patch wanyi yi. Sabre ohene be patch wanyi yi. Sabre sofo be patch wanyi yi. Sabre sebe minister de nyonko a one no ko tena classroom kra be patch wa enyi yi. Sabre mi nua na wo mpokura no a me ko animu a enyi yi. Esan say what so clearly say o pese obo o man Ghana. What so clearly say o pese obebo ama aman ni so de hunu abam. Na ichichiri man say ya.
Enti eno abo chenko for say.
Me ha mani a memma accurate data afina when you come from operation near there accurate data ya na ye wo.
So there are some of them are no more your dey so with them inside bedrooms near there no more two bedrooms near there when mo ko no more bush and na so no more here
me say akobra na no river banks no and omo enema si so na to
I see
tie sen so ni nyina ye wu na omo de munye ye tam sa nipa say 777 mpraduasa ono wonu nso ohobi because one day no ade enchin na sika wanya no ye ka se ye kwaye ayi mineral water ne to competition obeto articulator ma make abora jami nyesa sika no etitam ya hunu a na chese ono adi yi
but
na ye de dakro ba ko peyi die edi o mamu nyina pomudin anim kan.
Bakabori, one thing we are lacking and we are not seeing an impact the level of prosecution, the rate of prosecution. As a form do. Because one moment, you accuse you to search my wound to me, which I know says the court has started the process in Nasifo. Almost all the omo machichi omuni na no. Yenya ba ko create me the ancestry abuaka so akọ court. Am a court abuane for into your them as a result of galamsey or into what is happening? The prosecution process is becoming quite slow. What is happening?
The last update we had, out of about 1,500, 1,600 arrests that has been made, about 900 and something they face various stages of prosecution.
Okay.
Some of them have been given what we call inquiry bail. So you should know to reach out to potential kingpins. Indeed, we know Yagene said the wheel of justice, it went very slowly. And now that Attorney General Bekatire and say, when your cabinet approval, because me and Ura Kofi Amabu and the Chekoma Attorney General say, you got to say idiot. See, a person didn't say, if you ain't someone. Ye timi nyansa na hobia ma fufuro say unua kwe na wie ni sentin mankwe. The specialized court system bia. Ano de contemporary. Nipa no wadi for. Wadi bi mo wadi bim.
Of course.
And minister attorney general Jitumwa. Wadi ho nimdie ni ade nyina akọ cabinet omo so ade atumwa. Say wo mo ye ho hihye wo mra se bedwom. Say yenya fast track tribunal court system. You say US ade omo use pa.
Which will not be partisan.
Na offer. Said you wo that I'm saying you wakonwe.
Yeah.
Ani wunua ebia say sentrefo nyina yayi wo. Yayi mo offer Captain Smart. Eni yayi unua Erastus Asarodonko. Yayi sentrefo mi ansa. Badodi. Na yesi ahemfo. Yayi yakoyi jema hene. Yakoyi Euro.
Yeah.
On one delegate to.
Yeah.
Now what delegate someone who also detests illegal mining. You see, a civil society organization. You have to go for Kenesigbe. You have to obi to say, I will lie soya. And it's environmentalist, a Roger Ghana.
Yeah.
Or representative.
Yeah.
You see, yes, sir. And your partisan, perform what in Pamo. No one so galamsey so. No, tribunal table. Near the obi to say, Ura wouldn't to me a begina ho. As a way better.
Debbie, any search.
Eti no nesem da no a atadwe even though nye medure so baby eti ya ri aye ti ne de kakra fu se no is will be a breakthrough. But I know nye say yen ko pa ne si yen ya Ghana ni. That's what her interest. No country finds so interest in say be punishment citizen keke. Nemo the interest is that sa punishment no be mani nua bi o wachire hu say kofi kwaye na wie ni say dia nya dia me so me kwakwa dey. It has a way of naturally healing society and making people adapt to new models and new sustainable way of doing things. See, and also Kraba Yetinia raising revenue. You bet me a quite katakata salmon to one caswa. Ah, near Pesica Kutrian Quadazuku fees was senior high. Ye Pesica 7777. You know, no for tertiary. Ye pesika ko mama Fred ya ne wo basic school feeding. Ye pesika ko yikwai.
Yeah.
Na ye say pesika ko tuatua mna obi adufuri pentoko tutu ye.
Can you imagine this?
Enti ye chewodi ha. Hey, ye kwachi je bi no, ye bi wadi ekansia. Eka bia ye je Ghana sika no 10 million. Ghana cedis. So ye broni a ye je $10 million. Ye de kwa kata unya dia
Fiase na da hoyi.
Kwa fiase.
Koko didi wo ho.
Na se kura mo pam ntare ma school for no esi ministry of
no education
no pambi.
Yeah, sure.
So we ho kura na wo ma sa wo beti susu a agric ministry so no ma kan tumasi ani afu e afu ko ne ko ye bi ma ye. Wo betutu ye nsu ase ye kwa ye de ko ne ko dofu ni nya duane pa nya de.
Because
that,
I mean
for me will be a healing way that ye nyina na ebetumi ho no afa so pa okon aye ku nyina no ebetumi anya dia from DJB. There is hope, and hope is near. Once Urama Kofibua still leading the vanguard, no, Madika culture said, "Sinti bia a was our sector way no." And ye matrema kwe be accommodate no 777 previous on. And now won't be that near the cohon. It needs one that assume a certain high moral grounds. Nipano or Doson could be undiluted love for God country. Na 777. The galamse for no de babetunes in Tidiano. Or no na brabo wa bokura na nyame ehira no na hunu bi pen. To adaze. Na sebio aboa soro boa ya ma no kwadu duro no. Wetimi ni kwadu betima akoda da no age ne yire. Enti papa no, he's incorruptible, he's very firm, and I dear back we understand it all. A love for God and country. The Bible said, it takes only a leader that is sensitive to the plight of his people. And someone at the canton for a canon. Because let's assume, say, see Ghana swinging, I say, Obi Uncle Framan on Nemano, Urama because we won't even crabby. But in the constituency, he leads a constituency of about 60 to 70,000 people. How many of them never to make crabby abenom? But I sentiment voter population is about 3 million plus. How many of these 3 million people never to make ever crash so abroad abenom? Me Mamudu Kabora miti hey. So I can see and crash so good and free to my lemon no more. Ebia na ochekura abisi kanso.
Ebeso odo sika beso.
Ye bi man yesa. Abradu jumu abani hiu.
Odo sika sika doso.
Oh,
jaisa.
So what has he?
Minu jaisa.
Eti jebi asema ye kano. Asema ye kana ya ni brisam. Especially when abofra on ka bi shemu na by virtue will be adufu dipenti na ne maame akono mu sufin na ohye ye funumu no na de aye mfa ye ni hunu akeka no ba bi ne ebe wo no no se de nkanyame edura no de ehwetia aso a efam ba bi a manipa ho ofa ni ade no na akwara no de nyina no obroni says child birth deformities na sa abofra no sebe oye nye ba ko bia no me e de ma wono a e di sa nyamra nsam no enti e besre se garam se e ko no yeda Ghana fo nyina ase te afra se chitapa mo de ma ban titiru minister e ba mu nkuro mu ase de mo je em fa so na titiru ba bia yakwa cooperative ne bibia no na nanem ka kire yen se afede ya kasa be citizen police na wo baburu bi a beti se odi tototo bi a hye babi no na nanom abekwa koyiro pakapaka sese bi kado bedamfo no mdo akoma prosifo. I feel that is a healing. Enunti e wo say may nyina ya ni bre na cooperative ni take golden opportunity of it. Adena bane ya betena sebe tika ko de aban ka se otia obia ba okurom fie beka so owura ma aban tia afomagudi etu a je bi no ekotumpo ni ne mu kwampa ibetu no a ense nsuo ense ase ense ishira nyame de ma ye ne enchirimba no sa kwampa ne nyina epase ye fa so na eboa ye ne na eboa ye da because adidida ohwe mpeni se ye ese na didi preko nti na kakra na musu ye no but grow ekuo ba ko a ye yi wo mu mfrim na in the coming days minister ankasa person o commandem to mantem na je bi mo de camera siso na mo betie success stories na ewia nso bontin ni ade ededa ho ye de mu kosim na mo hwe bie na o mo de videos of o mo buy say na nso na ni tie any videos of a nation in zone anything the blue water guards yes here do one na etwetwe wo mo na media na I didn't fall them because in Benin said they were twetwa ntoma no won onim said they obepam no afa na aba na twetwa ntoma gu table so na say ya alata style me so me nam dia pam shirt enti ya ni ye de sa blue water guards mrante yi bayin yi ni mutaye enti a ye di omo ba Urama kofi bu ani buta airport ntia odi omo ba imagine say akura bi wu akura bi ase no wie senior high ye de nkura ase no ye bu ye krachifu o eti sa krachi ni na ya kwhye na tare soronko ene ye ma ne din ene ye ma ne tumi wo kurom ho sa akura no atimi wura fie mu ka kire abusuafo se ensu magudie tuo no nsunsuanso bone ye de badi so they became community vanguards omo what we call community sensitization. 2, we train them to be able to gather intelligence and communicate same to law enforcement agencies. And to went to my betena hani ye nyire edi nkomo. Unim so blue water guard. Unim kura no wadwe kura ma ho Chale anadwi pa de be kwa nkobura na no. O se abugba bi choko ba bi o se ekoyi ni e repa na dwi. O sore ya no afre police commander. O sore ya no afre Naimos commander. Ekofo so akobra ha say time say no one communicate. They have also been trained to monitor water quality.
I see.
And in Neoba, in Zone, any hand of rested the Anitia with ye, Sasana. Now they were talking about Chocomilo, and I just said, be one upstream.
Yeah, sure.
Generals also communicating. This is how these guys have become very, very, very instrumental in our journey to getting a safer, clean water for our people as a country.
And are they everywhere? I'm going to have
so far they are almost in every mining region, especially Babi and Subontin. When you say Okwapa West, your mining district, Okwapa is a mining, but no money Subontin.
Yeah.
But just before I go Brunya, no 23rd, they launched a last batch of the year. That's about 631 of them. Ashanti region, Central region, and the Eastern region. Until now, the Kwada Nambri Numni River Ura Nomone in Subontia Aka wasn't a Pue Mantam Eastern region, or Munina Benya Blue Water Guards, Okwa Santa Mantamua, a Chumumpunyana district here in Subontinia, dear why 2 Womagudio Holo, or Musubia enough in Central region, so no, it be alcohol. We did say, try yet tresa policy of Blue Water Guard in the moment. A babu Mansunsua. Blue Water Guard call Elembele. Tinyano River Manzulesu. Blue Water Guard call River Pra. Yenya Sasun Power River Prasuno. A Babuama River Town on the money and the Akanino. And so any better na or man of Father to my perfra. The second layer has to do with a vigorous campaign of doing what we call reclamation and ye bien Riama Quino Asaya Habamono. 777 previous. And they can say in mining beam. Nadia Nano mines we are free a honocrano. Ya me and Yanko Hua. Ya quire ya tracker could track us here at that home. And unti Sabe acquire number fun to my perfra. na apegyasi ne dada ma ya habamono no I was here my Nico also.
Before some called the other one, so there is a very serious rift between Tontokrom, that is Tontokrom, Asanko Minings.
That's right.
And Mebuno War.
That's right.
Which has to do with very serious litigation as a man so
That's right. That's right.
And then Tokobi Briede Bani Ade.
That's right.
The last time Omu deploy military for Hono Moma. Boys no, that issue has been one of the most serious things that we name the ministry. No,
you know, I've worked with Asanko Gold Ghana before.
No,
me.
Ah, okay.
So I was part of the team that did exploration. I was part of the team that did land compensation.
Okay.
I was part of the team that did. In fact, anything compensatory when it comes to the Miridani concession and Tontokrom area.
Okay.
How the genesis of all of that. But look, the reality is that Adiache, you know, Mabuna Dosu, Asanko Gold Ghana cannot employ all the young people in that area.
Yeah.
Ought to be.
A big crunch means that.
And no, abayin so. Nyamesu Owura Mahama ne aban die so say what we call responsible cooperative mining.
Yeah.
Areas where there are large scale mining companies no. Yani omo kasa. Asase no mu maye bi. Na yen packaging as cooperative mining. Na yen fama mabuni. Na womu yeti obu nyina nkogu ho. Muso mo nya mo adwuma sumbiem. That way you solve 3 major problems with one policy. Three car, Janko ni Tontokrom. When you say a man ni part of the last 2 years, 2024 March.
Yeah.
Asanko security I confirm at the time. Nipa mi no hwere omonkwa. Tontokrom nipa ba ko hwere no nkwa. Under the previous administration as on America. Just recently another scaffold, I think last year, it took the professionalism of the ministry and I'm cooperative mining for any Asanko gold mining are in talks. FSOMCD part of the land. In fact, somewhere 2014, government through President Mahama, any Anglo Gold, Ashanti, AGA, Ekasai, at the time, AGA ceded about 65% of their surface land no use for purposes of small scale and cooperative mining.
Oh, really?
A home semoba. Ndra na mi wo boase nkomodi aketechi so ni ade a ye behwe kwampa ni nyina na ye be cooperative no bia anya biaye. Asanko nya underground mining like AGA underground mining.
Yeah.
As much as possible, they need a vast land of the surface to be able to plan ahead, future mining and all of that. But Yenim said that is true. But the company can still see.
But so the question is, who deploys military officers to Tontokrom? Threatening, I mean,
every large scale mining company in this country, once you have assets, you can always request for what we call asset protection. It's part of the national security framework.
Yes.
And this if you say Obia invading my concession unlawfully, I can simply request for more military, not military about my concession. And lands are what to Kromni at the end. Is it true it's for Asanko? Yes, it's true it's for Asanko.
Lands now was
yes.
Asanko for property.
It's true it's for Asanko.
Ghana buying.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
But Asanko, do you realize that they are say Mabunu ye people be more mudi na sumye bana? I think they should also accept that reality. As of 2014 or more poor, the first ore from Asanko processing plant, the population in that area is not the same as the population today.
Yeah.
And we must all wake up to that reality. Not compare the befasono. Yeah, the first one.
Is it subject? Asanko mine in NATO to Chrome issue. No,
it's not just on Chrome.
Yeah,
it has been on catchment areas, and it's not just Asanko as well.
Yeah,
it's just all mining companies and their catchment
there's been several countless number of issues for one. Recently,
some ABC were in Kasim.
Okay,
that's about 2-3 years ago. Newmont company had nothing but to release vast land at Nkasim to government, and they did be a cooperative near the Ama Timamufu or Honum. And they just realized Eba Honum. Adamus, or more pit, or more design pit. They have released it to the community, and the Teleco annual Teleco Bukazo cooperative mining. A year, Yama almost permit almost starting mining. And you had the most mining for the part of our concession, almost pay to the MI.
I see.
Until going forward, we expect large scale mining companies to follow suit. To follow suit what Sanko Fuya and another Buami and Sassini be a Mama Bruno. But almost free or more original and I say more active operations also. I don't know how. But
at the back where I hear the cry and concerns of most of the youths in these mining areas, i.e., Sanko versus Tonto Krum, the corporate social responsibilities, Oko Newmont, they cry over almost the same thing. The corporate social responsibility, I say the mine, the community itself, it's not reflecting.
That is where all young people in this area, community Nagasano, must come to support Ura Emmanuel Lamakufibua. Who is the only minister who has introduced, said, community development agreement now, Yajama Kuruni mining company. We will not do it like that again. Minu can say, it is only Asanko mines in a year $2 per ounce of gold or mofa. Most other large scale mining companies, they pay $1. For every ounce of gold they take, they pay $1. And the Dabena, Fancy was for 500,000 ounces of gold. I feel no $500,000. I feel no $500,000.
Yeah.
But see, for every ounce of gold, no yenji a certain percentage. And the minister is introducing it as part of the Minerals and Mining Act and Minerals and Mining Policy.
I see.
Until now, even the new lithium deal, it has found expression in the lithium deal.
Lithium deal,
let's take 1%. And let's say at the end of the year, Sanko Timing have 500,000 ounces of gold. And then how much is an ounce of gold at the world price? O multiplier, then you calculate 1%. Never to the enormous the communities in the past. I've gone to a community where large scale mining company or cultural minister said at the end of the year the corporate social responsibility to me yema kuro say okoye golf and people don't say about golf ukromo. Because over the years, yes, over the years, you jai that aspect of mines who fight Japadia for Obikromo. What is the legacy you are leaving behind? Over the years, you jai momo and no decided.
And most this time around, most recently,
yes,
MP or Kwekuado, our Sutufi North. Is that Sutufi North or Sutufi North? Kwekuado, yes. In Kasim Newmont area.
Okay.
You said he came and died. A very serious attack. Obviously,
yes. Ebenezer
Kwekuado.
Yes.
Now, one of the most sensitive issues, already this issue on the floor of Parliament. That was last year. Say some, even the miners, our more operating large scale miners, will be HSC boys will be shooting them, killing them, mercilessly. And with that same area,
see, the conversation there also is separating into pieces. One, there's an aspect where, for a long time, large scale mining companies mine in this country. To me, sometimes it's difficult for them to show substantial developmental projects. In Chrono, of
course, absolutely.
That point must be made and made very forcefully. Two, there is also an aspect where we'll be having the legitimate mining concession. Now, person will run with an illegitimate way. Seven. Say it on your high. No, be so be puno ya uremu ha. Meaning is on your security will allow. So look at that in terms of security. And when it comes to mining company and community development, and also you're discussing as that. It all blended to no. And because it's about my development, yeah, and you have twice some money about from good. And also it will create a lot of issues in the mining areas. But media, I feel say the minister, is a solution to long stone age challenge now these mining companies and community are facing. Adena, you see Johannesburg here mining community. Now Udu Johannesburg, it's befitting of it's being called a mining community.
Yeah.
Now Udu was in Abansia, a hodie. And they are surpassing South Africa in terms of gold production.
Yeah.
You could have
but it's not reflecting.
You could have been in South Africa mining communities in Ibiayepe.
Oh.
You could have been. Enti Sansi we know. And let me place on record. It is not coming to change the statutory way of developing those areas. To say assembly common fund. No. It is only coming to supplement it.
Okay.
In the assembly basic school, now 1% a maybe I buy $500,000 and I buy $5 million, $50 million. Now see the be coin, you be see as pitia. Ma other district na you to go do or who say ye kuromu ye wa gudi ye den. Oh ya assassin. That is the surest way. Ochina bia na to go do na wi a obi dru takwa o say this was a mining community. Obi dru aboso
and no right takwa e mo bo. The last time we free Takwa was about late last year. That was around November, December area, around that time. Only say yes. Only say as at last year August, Piasma Secondary School, Moody anniversary. Kofi Amabua,
That's right.
And that is my alma mater. Me call Honomubi. On top of it, we also call that same area Honomu. Edravi Yako was a crouton. Na yeba back, no suito. And when you enter into Takwa town, Jesus Christ, you ask yourself, say, is it the mining area where you will gold waha, you will manganese waha, you will bauxite waha, you will never be brave, I will Takwa Krumhan Musia. You can't even find at one single 1 kilometer road Port Ukraine.
It is also because
why?
For a very long time, Nake was in gold board a certain 30 years ago. Like you see in your diamond board, bauxite board, or when we say gold board, it should stand for all families of minerals. Like you see in 30 years ago, Ninya four-side leaders with so Rasa Major leading it 30 years ago. Because if in less than 13 months, this is what gold board, in fact, in less than 1 year, because you're buying a PMMC.
Yeah, precious
in a short period of time. Putting gold board together and all the profits, the good things are brought to this country, if for nothing at all, we'll see this stability pumping foreign reserves into our economy near dinner. Now, about 30 years ago, now every year, the MI $11 billion for 30 years. Okay, that's what it be. A lot of the things, yes, but I check. Penisa Chiane Muye, Niwojidi said, with Honorable Emmanuel Lamakofibu leading the vanguard. For once, our minerals governance would benefit Ghanaians and Ghana. And when you hear your minister say, for far too long, Ghana has been at the back seat of our minerals governance. When you go to even the large-scale mining company is advocating for what we call contract mining.
Yeah.
Local content. JB we should be able to resource you to mine for gold fields. We should be able to resource me a penny to mine for Newmont. We should be able to have Ghanaians mining for large mining companies. Sikalo should stay here. Supply should stay here. Mino can say, I feel Minerals Commission has published a nearby was say Ghana for a supply. How many Ghanaians are even aware? How many Ghanaians have the capacity to do that? How many Ghanaians know how to even look for partners to be able to do that? Contract $200 million or supply for companies maybe throughout the year no. Now no akwa the akoma India ni bi na month bi ani man $10,000 and he is happy. Ghana ni no is happy. Nigeria ni will not do that. Nigeria, typical Nigeria will not do that. And let's wake up. Owurama Kofi is trying to open up that space for Ghana for see a bedi na 77 JB. When you $200 million contract. Now ebia otiti we year supply no bibia no. On first we me ebia $20 million That $20 million no. What do we come Azerbaijan for?
What do
we say US economy?
Not at all.
Economy. And this could be a filling station here. I Ghana ni baby na abafa na manakwe adwuma ho. Oto bus say nya adwuma konkra ni Kumasi. Ghana ni ba na betwi. This is how you create wealth, rippling effect. Then nam kuro mu akwedi mi botom kakra, akwedi we boto. That is how you better an economy locally. Enti ma share. You see onipa betimi aforso you ma no de na kunzu na no de. Ba so o ma na no ya asem foforo. Minister will be able to create all these avenues for Ghana and Ghanaian businesses. But as to whether we are ready to take advantage, it's another thing. Newmont, Asanko, Goldfields, all the big companies, name them. So Obana, they say where the Ghana for the supply, no be tender, no. Now, period, so Ghana need any capacity to do that. He is forced to go for a foreigner. Now, and that is how all Sikano or Mutia in terms of royalty, whatever, it ends up going back to the economy because we don't develop the common carbon dioxide or kitten you bet me be ukroma still omukrom no import about. Why? Because businessmen do not want to take advantage.
So the question is, all the large scale mining I want Ghana Hano say no. How much royalties are they contributing to Ghana? I bet me about the Ghanaian economy.
When you say royalty, based on law, you know how much percentage we pay as royalties.
For now, what you are saying, I don't know. Say if it is on equal grounds and now say be a bit more differ from the other. I don't know about that. But if it is equal,
I might not be privy to each and every contract.
Yes,
but let's assume without admitting, say it's based on our legal provision of 5%.
Our legal provision of 5%.
Yes, 5% royalties. We we still have what we call growth and sustainability levy. Recently, Uratoba increased and also about 50%. And also and other twerk and getting and also other minerals companies.
I see.
But the current review are air caution. A lot of people are making suggestions. And in Sri Lanka, so it is coming at a time where most of these large-scale mining companies, or more mining licenses are becoming obsolete.
I see.
For instance, you see Goldfields.
Yeah, Prestia Honey Valley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mining. You are supposed to be doing exploration as well, so that you give direction to the company. For almost a decade, you don't do exploration. That's all the old parties say, oh no, who know. And one person of our we are now. We won't do that. To be no lease so I renew now. Yeah, we to the account as a state. Yeah, the BIA federal exploration said we can keep the mine life. And for me, that was one of the bravest and brilliant decisions a minister taking here. And here by March, that company will become 100% Ghanaian owned. I can afford it. Now, Sebi, I know the do an my 1 2 2 2 100 2 1,000 2. See, I had my gold board na Omako Sankre near Yisika. Nasika Bakrumna will be a good kutu.
So that brings me to that lithium deal, no. And of course the Awoya lithium project was Central Region.
That's right.
And Moka the initial agreements were somewhere around 2023, near 10% royalties. And 13% carried interest. I feel the almost say controversy nearby. I wanted to one of my being cabin shame. Free from 10% royalty to 5% rate default in Ghana mining laws. How true is it from your point of view? The spokesperson at the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources.
Lithium komokwa ni edie but for purposes of wetio for when him say there is nothing like Ghana Marase, I will say 10%. There's nothing like that.
Okay.
After the 2015 amendment, you see, the rate is 5%, or as the minister may prescribe.
The rate itself is 5%.
5%. Or as the minister may prescribe.
Okay.
Nti Saosha initial deal no minister not prescribe 10%.
The then minister?
Yes.
Okay.
At the time, now a ton of lithium was around $8,000. Ndamino can say lithium price is less than $1,200. In fact, it's less than $1,000.
Okay.
JB, to be fair to an investor, who you really want him to operate so that livelihood, because he had measured crew at the moratorium atoso for the past 2 years. Ewa wo ya ene nimpotem. Ye the tabwa to a month to say for the next 2 years or until the project takes off, you are not supposed to do additional construction. Na nanuma hold the petition abase ye manfo wu. In fact, you can get a householder. A dime back with nipa be won train them because the band we senior high school waba ni nu ebi tu kwan waba kuro so yesi mo obi ensi dan because e dey ho be tu kwatena ne ade enti no also mu nyina da dime back.
Okay.
That is how serious their situations are. Na no chule bre mampani per article 1 of the 1992 constitution. The welfare and safety of all Ghanaians mampani asudi.
Yeah, paramount. Yeah, sure.
Mampani asudi. Eti ye treble mampani no si minister dey ni wetin ya fa ho. Already now Atlantic Lithium for no so atwra minister. She said that no eh no dey esrem mu yensan ko table no. Because ade no bo no ba bi abakra ehu ama okọ ba bi say Australia, China, US lithium firms has folded up. They stop operation because again economically viable be. How can once what down team and now 8,000 now but less than 1,000. Enti ye send ye be ko table no ho. Ye call no ye say Ghana mrapa de no matter how ade no boss what him. We cannot go below the Ghanaian law.
Okay.
Which is 5%. No, we want to introduce what we call a sliding scale. Now,
a sliding scale.
Yes, mechanism.
Okay.
Now, as and when I did the work no, yes, we are chefing wobuno, and so enkosro.
So that is a sliding scale of how much?
So at 5%, not surprise only $1,200 per tonne. You see, I give 5%. That 5% gives us $227.6 million.
Okay.
At 1,600, price need to be paid for $1,600. You see, a budget 7%.
Okay.
That 7% gives us $404.5 million.
Okay.
Say, it will pay $2,400 per tonne. You see, a budget 10%. And that 10% gives us $23.1 million. And that was where the initial agreement had locked in.
And the investor gets the chunk of money as a profit, and as the seeker or the better.
You don't understand.
No, me tell you. So if say a rising could do a certain sliding scale of maybe 5%, you are charging a certain amount of money.
Good.
And a certain amount of percentage.
Exactly.
Now, nya Canada a investor need.
So what we do is that we say any more we share. We share the gain. Any more we share the profit. What I say.
And so don't you think the 5% is quite low?
It's not 5%. No, do 10%.
Even if it is 10%.
And I'm telling you, that was where the initial arrangement had locked in.
Okay.
Now we are go ahead to say it will do $3,300 per tonne. We are taking 12%, and 12% gives us $1.318.7 billion. And that is a certain $500 million more than the initial arrangement.
Interesting.
Obitin J or say 5%. Nti okwa bonti no obi bisawa. Matiefo na wo tie hwe oni anopai no. MPP ni bia no propaganda say na ye 10% yet about 5%. That is not the narrative. The narrative is that at the end of one swing, a buyer and Shisha from Kwan, you create a range of 5 to 12%. And I said, when at the end of work, or minus such a fair woman,
I see.
And we stand a chance of gaining $500 million more than the initial arrangement.
Interesting.
And there are a lot of even physical infrastructure. New agreement we know. Abamwa in the old agreement, it never existed. Time will not permit us. But measure that send measure that pemraba. Now say open say we are you from page to page.
Okay.
But the good news is that sliding scale mechanism there was a deal na the call near Sancho actually near final regulations about sliding scale mechanism no ban.
Okay.
Within a short period of time, that regulations were able to be made, and I think we're able to have an opportunity to engage them also. And the bill was relayed before Parliament.
Okay.
The heard him say, Parliament, Parliament, Emrano, Honorable Assembly Member Alaska, Mfansiman Kiki, MC Yawohonom, Sidi Ebesha of Mafunumu Masanse, they will see that ratification. Now, Mr. Salim Ahmed in Atlantic Lithium Fono, they break the ground. More compensation, more SARS, and no matter then. We start the process. Nani pasuku to kumaide. Bronya idea, Ghana vote the pa. But I can tell you, Nipa wa we and important because of the stalled nature of this project. Omudi ekro mo ni no pempen so. We did say Parliament resume ratifier. Open baby Eastern be the pa. I see ekwa we but in all of this, it tells you one thing. It tells you a government that is responsive. It tells you a minister that is focused and visionary. And then even in the future. Meji said this is a novelty. I was see a bow Emmanuel Abakufi Basso. Say Otuminya sa and you should do na or their senses. In fact, media empire name and this idea can say it should trickle down to all other minerals. Just last year, 2020, last 2 years, 2024, a certain mining company in this country, so no or declare profit of $1.3 billion. But see, your sliding scale mechanism, but be a gold price coin. Now, can see a royalties to super. It is our 1.3 billion. $500 billion as a country. It is our sliding scale. Yeah, Yamia soon Rama Kofibua, and you are buying Daya Abano. You so much now you spread the man and all your minerals. A call for more engine to say a global market volatility. And you might because so none near the Abba form. A cost so now windfall no. Companies no one edison fast one.
But is there points where you meet me? Kamari, is there any points where you meet me a review man call beyond even 12%? Near it me gets somewhere substantial percentage maybe to me any chunk of the money because you have the resources. And the investor nabaso or baby take advantage in what the resources, not the chunk of the money in the second economic room. Like it's a worry situation. Then yeah, will be a declaring the profits. About $1.3 billion US or the economic room. Now, if some random a clear say we have a certain more than 10%, more than 12%, and I say be somewhere around 20%, 25% now. Investors also adding the bar. This is our natural resources. Sika I will me I say, oh, ba me boka, oh, be as part of it. Sikani be enka Ghana hand must a chunk of the money. Yes, okay, Ghana hand must near money, yes, sustainable. You find your Ghana ha. From being human, not for some rational from Ghana. Than this 1%, 10%, 5%, nothing for no. It's not worrying.
For me, you see, didn't fear the this has been a challenge that has been with us for so many years. I think your position here as a country to deal with it and maximize on minor chefan in Yano war. You're good year, you too. Minister, the way about you so. Ye kwe ni mnusakra ye bi esene fatano as time goes by, you know, in every answer, no, need the juma. It is categorically stated. Just it middle 3,300. What if you sample 8,000 be net now? It should give us an opportunity to meet the investor again and say, Jack, also brought table no. They say they have 3,300 be, you 4,000, you 5,000, you 6,000, 8,000. And you also near only acre. We can there's always an opportunity.
Very well.
So I'm penephrine through the growth and sustainability level. Minister of Finance can always increase it based on prevailing market prices of these commodities. I can want some.
Very well. Only Henry do yourself, Uchia. Also, why if I don't know, kind of not your position. Why?
Opening.
Also,
I hire crown.
I kind of not your position. Why? It's here we don't kind of macabori. Said the Bayer, who was a macano crema cast of natural in India with the live TV. So. So opposition to ano aka no we so didi aka no na e come here opposition here enche yeah this discussion we be na we but last weekend I think say o my minya nte so ko program go Ashanti region. How did you go?
It was great. Ekuye
okay
and upon my fast they moved Druma Ghana's Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Ora Emmanuel Lamakofibua obeso ya sinema dwumadi ni yekabehe ma fast there to sumi ma Minister of Foreign Affairs Ora Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa son of man ono ade nyamekura boy ma otumi baabi ma dwumadi no kreni obeso emu nkomo so ni die no ama communicators are very well equipped my foreign policy ni direction na no nkomodi no ebe kama pa afei CEO of National Health Insurance Authority Mira Dr. Vico
yes that man is a very nice man
Mira anopai asida PC otesa akukọ bonko kroko a na asantema NDC Communications Department no and yeda wase bia oyeye no so ye ni odisi ono director of communications so ye nua ba for
Standard
by fantastic woman by all standard enti yura de odisi ye nua ba na nsu nyina ye nsa so kan ye nchechire mu ni ade nyina so ye no fiko wongu wani mu ase yedase asante se dase bi mra bi ati we jidi se ye next program ye wura nkasa ebe di na ni mu nyamba beta CEO of Ghana Cocoa Board.
Okay, Randy Abbey. Yes. Dr. Randy
Ransford Abbey Obaye. In fact, komo a Randy ni di presentation ye wie no na utumu se dem ho no picture bi wo kwa ni twamfo ni na kire wa na to bi awra ho the state of the cocoa board debi amanfo adi o man abro na cocoa bottle kwa brani nte ho wawe nti cocoa bottle wo kuruma chen ni kuruma ni pa nyina
I see
na kwa brani be di ni di nti na so ni nyina mu no so mo yen hyehyɛ so nko a bese na nanom cocoa akuafo mu fifire nyakwa na omedi o mu fifire so mfaso enti ewura Randy Abbey edase wo kwanso nkoso odi woni mu nyam betai dwumadi na chi dakro no ana na ewura Samson ahe na oye na mama yi ti na mpenifo dodo no atesamia mi nua peni ewura Kennedy works and housing na okobi na so otwen yes otwen ankwa na wo makọ enti ewura nso soma enua John Morris Kisa Emma ono so ewura the other soma enua no bia no so yensa kan ya aboa
ma church ni na wa ha
ayeka afei
church ni na
the deputy minister for defense
yes Broja Jemfi yes
the commander the main commander of the Green Army
yes
obaye ma
the youth commander
kama pa nyamishra no ewo nkomo oni ebetwetwe afei former national coordinator of responsible cooperative mining Minua Pedro
Pedro Baye
Pedro Baye now as a listener okay true party man
I see
and engineer lawyer Frank Asari Pedro make a former because enra nhyehyɛ kakra koso a Pedro nti ho biem as national coordinator of cooperative mining
I see
they say or a director in charge of mineral titles minerals commission.
Oh, interesting.
Minister Amano Juma Fufro yenu aba ma osi na ehwe as national coordinator of cooperative mining.
Oh, nice.
Pedro edina nimu nyam ebeta Juma di enu achi mania enya sanketo. Wonim say National Pensions Regulatory Authority.
Yeah.
EMPRA.
Yeah.
Omo CEO Yewura Chris Wedi Mensa.
Okay.
Ono na Ashanti Regional Communications Team patron.
Oh, really?
Papa no. Enyo no ebi anka abo bi achiare. Enyo no ni Yewura Samije mfini Abbas anka abo bi achiare. Ono
Abbas aso.
Ono a de nani mo nyam.
Bi se wase.
Me ba, se me bobodi ni ba.
Le ba me se me refi. Abbas aso.
Abbas
no di.
Unu ya number.
Me ya number. Mr. Abbas da be na me friend na o fine.
Ene o lusu number. Ne number.
Me malusu Abbas number.
Lusu number ba ku ni bi mu.
Abbas Nurudin. Me malusu Abbas Nurudin number.
Lusu Vodafone ni bi mu.
Ese wa Abbaso.
Da bi ni phone
ni phone ni hwe number no ko hono mu an osaka.
Eyira bo mu.
Abbas Nurudin.
Edi wi afre number na mu hwe na hwe.
O say, mama you bought the number my friend.
Oh,
that be maybe me bought the number this is here. That be. But you no me right for the number. Abbas Nurudin. Abbas.
If ya no.
CEO Edema a friend say Social Investment Fund.
Yes.
O ka just me the number. Abbas Nurudin.
I'll give it to you.
0243.
Enye no. Na o konto kwai.
The number is 0243.
Me say enye no.
The number is 0243.
Oh. So we konto kwa.
Enye Abbas Nurudin number ni.
Enye no wasesa no. Nti na wo kan nyina me se to bo na me ma no ma.
Jesus Christ.
Wasesa no. Ogonya problem kakra. Yebi am de ma. Na se ofro bi hunu bi na. Oh wow.
Abbas Nurudin me ni
mama ha dan ka Abbas tobo. Bato.
Abbas Nurudin.
Oh.
Mama na me homra.
Oh na no ho bossa. Mama ndo ba se da wi.
Oh yeah there. Dabi.
Ewura Chris. Dabi, yeah the Ewura Chris as pa. Ashanti Regional Chairman. Ode yes. And the organizer, the executive general so.
Hey, hono na pressure no.
Na fair. To organizer present citation by
chairman. So Ashanti Regional Chairman Oyo Augustus na kwesi. Ona ye Ashanti Regional Chairman Edema the NDC. The organizer Shamal Hassan. We declare intention to be contested on one chairman. And I hono mo aso na the citation the man organizer so present man the chairman. Na be hwe dey no.
Na so ni say asem no ma ye ne ekoka ho asem. Enti o say ye platform so no. You create a sign of unity.
All right.
Now before someone come mu campaign kura no obi akwa on can the party no coming together and not what divides the party. So it was a very strategic movement in Nyaya. We can still be on different sides but do it together. Now IF and you know obi on ba dwuma de ne yakrabe hwe bia no se me we finu ma mo di MMDC se ne bi e do mu nyina se yes obai na me shira no kwanso nkoso
but that's it
ma bebre ho a e be di na echire ho bi
ma me so ma ye let's bebre how to say ma let's bebre how to say yeah accountability series what I say na yesi agro be so a efra no pa nti omampani Mahama ne mfie nan ebe papa em se frapem kase no agina afie dikan so na afie dikan so mo ye nyina hwese de niema koya bibia kire se oman no ya sore waka yesi yedi mpuntu ene nkoso kwan so nti obia sore na onye de obetumi mmoa titiriu se oman ye di se akoko yi akwan di si adan na ye ni nsupanom ye ni mframapa homea na chese ebrego enu nti ye de aka ehia nyina no na ye boa owura Emmanuel Lamakofi boa se oman ni nyina ni swade hunu se ye nsu no ani beti amenye nsupa anom na ye kwaye no besi ne dadam aye ahabammo no enya mframapa home no enyina ye ni swade hunu atimi abam mfa ne se owura Kofi boa na anya no de ana owura Mahama na anya no ntokwa anti won kwanko asanse ye ne ye yi a ye ma ye nyina onso so and one in the party. Come now, you set this history together. Set bia. Okonkesi ya yeso etia galam say di. Ebedin kunum ama man no. Eni munipa afomo to pafra.